A lot of us really love the .40 caliber. And what's so special about this Kahr PM40 is its size. It's extremely small, and in this video we're going to focus in on this Kahr PM40, total 7 rounds, and we're going to talk about the CM40 also, because this baby we're looking at right here is a whopping $954, almost $1,000. The CM series is right about half, $517. You got the same dimensions. Let's talk about some differences, and let's talk about Kahr Arms as a whole. This company is really a fast-growing, awesome company. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you some guns right here, right now, in which Kahr Arms now owns these different manufacturers. Let's start out with that right now. Back in 2011, Kahr Arms purchased Magnum Research. And as we know, Magnum Research makes the Desert Eagle 50 AE. Just giving you a little background on Kahr Arms. I'll show you another manufacturer right now in which Kahr scooped up back in 2011. Let's do that. And maybe you didn't realize that Kahr also owns Thompson, who makes the Tommy gun. Of course, the Tommy gun and that Desert Eagle 50 AE are for separate videos, but I just wanted you to realize that Kahr Arms is the mother company of Thompson and also Magnum Research. Let's get into this video on the Kahr .40 caliber small cannon that you can put in your pocket, less than 1 inch thick. I think you'll like it, and I think you'll want one of the two, the PM or the CM. Let's discuss it. Be open-minded, and welcome, my friends, to weaponseducation.com. When I first laid my eyes on this Kahr PM40, I thought, wow, and I still do. A small little package I can cover with one hand. .40 caliber, total of 7 rounds, super high quality. This one even has the crimson trace on it. This will be a detailed tabletop review to maybe give you some insight on a different gun manufacturer and a different pocket cannon that you may want. I mean, this is a .40 caliber. This is a sweet deal right here. Now, like I said, it's not cheap. We're looking at $954 for the PM, but they do make the CM series for about half the price. And a lot of people are scooping these up by the tens of thousands right now in the CM series. And as we talk about the one I own, the PM40, we'll discuss some of the differences. Now, please zoom in right here. My friend Josh is here. Please zoom in right here. I'll start with some minor differences. You have a laser engravement here on the slide, and the CM is not. It's kind of plain Jane. You've got a milled, beautiful slide here on top, and the CM is just blocky. But let's focus now more in on this PM40, which has the crimson trace laser, which adds a lot of cost to it. You know, I'm not all that keen on a laser. My wife carries this gun a lot. She happens to like the laser, so that's why I got this gun fitted with the laser. That's up to you if you like the crimson laser trace. As you can see, it makes the red dot, and it's all custom along with Kahr and crimson trace. It all fits perfect. Let's disassemble the gun and let's talk about the parts itself. Okay, to disassemble this car is very simple. You pull back your slide, and you take out your slide stop here. You do have to pull the trigger right now, safety check on, of course, and there is your gun. Now what I want to point out, some of the things that make it really special, as I just look at the parts, for instance, the slide stop on the PM version is solid steel, and it is not on the CM version. Really not that big of a deal when you're looking at the difference in cost. The big difference between the PM and the CM, in my opinion, is the barrel. Let's get right to the barrel, take our guide rod and spring out. And this barrel, well, this barrel's special. As a matter of fact, it's so special that Kahr claims that it is the best barrel of all pistols. And we can all debate that forever. It's made by Kahr Walther, a company in the state of Georgia, United States, who have been building barrels since 1925. It's only 3 inches. It's a small little .40 caliber, 6+1 rounds. This is a nice small package. This barrel is a match grade polygonal barrel of the highest quality there is. Another difference between the two guns, the PM and the CM, is the slide, as I was mentioning earlier, in the milling. But we have a 4/16 stainless steel bar stock, high quality steel. Now, the frame on this gun, and for all cars for that matter, in my opinion, is high quality. And I'll tell you what I'm getting at. When I'm picking up a polymer gun and I'm thinking about spending my hard-earned money on it, what I want to do is see how thick the polymer is. And one good way to do that, as I call it, the squeeze test. And I'm not going to start everybody jumping back and forth saying, well, my polymer gun is better than your polymer gun. But I'll tell you right now, take your polymer gun and squeeze it right here and see how thick and how strong the gauge of that polymer is. And this does not budge at all. This is, it feels like I'm squeezing steel. Of course, it's polymer and it's light as a feather. There are some companies that make polymer guns where you can actually squeeze this section of the frame and you'll squeeze it in like almost a 1/16 of an inch. It'll bow inside. So you don't want that. You want a good thick polymer frame. Kahr does do that. It goes into the price cost. The sights on this gun, I made a mistake, and I'll tell you what I did. I got white bar dot sights. Now I'm not saying they're bad because I can interchange them with the PM series, because I can upgrade to the tritium night sights. And I've got the dovetail up here up front. I wish I would have gotten night sights on this gun, but I didn't. I'm just letting you know, when you go to purchase any handgun for that matter, I really do recommend night sights. And make sure that if that's an option, that you order your gun that way. I made a mistake, and I still like it, of course. This is for close in your face. It's such a small gun. This is for 20 feet and closer, even though it's a .40 caliber. It's a 3-inch barrel. This is a pocket gun. You can put it in your shirt, but it's a powerful cannon. So that's what Kahr really specializes in. Now, what else can we do? Let's put it back together. And I'd like you to be open-minded about purchasing a Kahr for yourself. Very simple to reassemble. Put your guide rod and spring back in. I'll just take my time. By the way, you should always wear glasses when you're doing this, in case that spring snaps back and hits you in the eyeball. Let's just put our slide back on. It's very simple. You just line it up and slide it back on there. I just like to feel it. I can feel when it pushes through there, and it goes right back on. Now, we have a double action only trigger. Please zoom in right here, and folks, let's focus in on this trigger in detail. I really want to talk about the trigger. This is a different animal here. It's something you want to practice with like any other gun a lot. Once I got used to it, I really started getting some good groups. What I realized is this. The trigger, I'm going to show you what I think is the proper way to pull it, for me anyway. We got the trigger guard here, which is nice and big, by the way. So if you're wearing gloves, you can get your index finger through. Always look at that in your trigger guard. Make sure it's big enough so when it's cold out in the middle of the winter and you're wearing gloves, you can get your finger through. We're good here, even on this little small pocket cannon. Now, to pull the trigger back, it's kind of like a long, spongy pull. So let me show you what I'm talking about. This is what I do. I take my index finger and I rub it along or slide along the bottom of the trigger guard to get a good pull and an accurate pull. And you can see how long it is, and then bang. Now, a lot of people will first get this gun and they'll pull across the top here of the trigger, and it just doesn't seem to work as efficiently. You got to really pull hard. I mean, this is like a 15-pound pull what I'm doing now. Then what a lot of people do is they might just pull it straight back or even down towards the bottom, and it's still too heavy of a pull. And what I found out with practicing with this gun is to pull the trigger and slide your index finger across the bottom of the trigger guard, and then as you can see, the trigger goes up. And that's the snap you want right there. I hope that little tip would help you out, because it took me about 100 rounds to get it down pat where I was comfortable with. And as far as reliability, I'm happy with it. I've had, let's see, 400 rounds through this, 500 rounds, 2, maybe 3 malfunctions in the beginning, failure to feeds. You know, I'm very comfortable with carrying this now and protecting my life. I can go out and bang 200 rounds, and I'm pretty comfortable right now knowing that it's broken in, and I can easily shoot 200 rounds in a row without a malfunction. So it's very reliable. The magazine is extremely high quality, and it comes with 2, depending on which model you get. This is for the PM. 6+1 is this one right here. So it does have that little awkward look on the bottom. I never did figure that out, why they didn't pull the plastic all the way around and cover up the magazine for aesthetics, but that's the way it is. But 6+1, and then it also comes with another magazine, 5+1, which just goes flush up to the bottom of your mag. What else can I tell you about the gun? The laser, I wouldn't spend the extra money on. That's up to you. Maybe you want it. Make sure you do get the night sights. It's an option. Remember, the biggest difference in the CM, in my opinion, and the PM is the barrel. The Kahr Walther barrel in the PM will give the gun a higher velocity on that round. Is it worth an extra $400 or $500? Is the milling on this fancy PM, is the fancy engraving on that slide worth the extra money? Is the fact that it's got a dovetail instead of a fixed night sight up front worth the extra $400 or $500? I say go with the CM. Take a look at Kahr, look at their website, look at their CM series, and I think if you can pick up a good CM40, a brand new one for $520, you're looking at a really good 40 caliber that you're going to be very happy with. I spent the big bucks and went out for the best, but I tell you right now, I've learned not to get caught up in the hype. but I do really love this gun. This PM40 is a fabulous gun. And let me know what you think of Kahr Arms as a whole. I hope you like the tabletop review. I thank all of you. It's got really good stippling in the back, by the way. The grip is awesome for a small gun. And that's right here is how you deploy the laser. You see, just pull that button. You have no choice but to pull it when you grip it. So it's great all around. Let me know what you think, and I thank everybody. What do you think of Kahr Arms? What do you think of a .40 caliber this small, less than a half of an inch thick? That's the key. It's less than a half of an inch thick, and it only weighs 18 ounces. The whole package, 18 ounces, just over a pound for a .40 caliber. That's what it's all about. High caliber, small package, high quality. I think that sums up what we're looking at right here. Thank you, my friends. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.